Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm here with Magaye Gueye today. Absolute pleasure to be joined by Magaye. How's it going, mate? You okay?
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you to having me. I'm glad. I'm good to speak to the fans, to Everton fans. I'm very happy.
Yeah, pleasure to speak to you. I know Everton fans have a soft spot for you. I know we look back fondly at your time at Everton. Very good memories. I know a lot of obviously you had 39 appearances for the Blues, 3 goals and 9 assists during those games. Signed from Strasbourg in June 2010 on a 5-year deal for £1 million. Left in June 2014 by mutual consent. But obviously at the moment you're with Karabakh in Azerbaijan, where the team are first in the table, and I think you've played 28 games and you've got eight goals, 1 assist, 2 in the Europa League and 1 in the Champions League qualifier. How's it going out there at the moment? How's life treating you out there?
Yeah, here in Azerbaijan is different to Europe, but no, I feel fine. It's different football, it's different mentalities, but no, I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
Yeah. How does it compare to England? Is it very different?
Yeah, it's a lot different. First of all, the weather is
Mm.
different.
Yeah. Warmer.
About the football is totally different type of football.
Yeah. Does it suit you better though? Are you playing well out there? Enjoying it like?
Yeah, I'm enjoying. First of all, we when I was playing in Europe, like in France and Everton, I didn't have the chance to play in Europe, and here I had the chance to play Europa League. I never been playing for in Europa League, so it was good experience. It's the first
Yeah.
time, so I'm
Good
delighted.
opportunity. Yeah, that's good news as well. I'll take you back to the start of your career then, before your time at Everton. Who were your idols growing up? I know you grew up around Paris. Was it like playing around Paris? Who were your idols during that time? Like, which players did you look up to?
In Paris.
Yeah. What players did you look up to? And which footballers did you want to be like?
Oh, but I'm born in Paris. So I always wanted to play. My dream it was to play in Paris for Paris Saint-Germain. That was my dream. That was my dream team. But I always wanted to play in England. For me, my dream is to play even one time in my career to play in Premier League, and I've done it. So and
Yeah,
I go to the great club.
definitely in Everton. Yeah, and you did it quite early as well as a teenager. Obviously, as a 19-year-old, you came to Everton pretty early in your career. You've been doing well out in Strasbourg, though. But how did your move to Everton come about? Obviously, like, why did you choose the club? There was reports of interest from other clubs in England. I don't know how true it was, but other interest from clubs in England, such as Birmingham City, Bolton, and Sunderland. Why did you choose Everton, and how did that come about?
First of all, when I was in Strasbourg, I was the youngest player at that team, and I was the top scorer of the team. And at that time, Strasbourg have financial problems, so they had to sell me fast. And at that time, it was many clubs was looking after me, and I choose Everton because first of all, I had many uh, players who talked to me about this club, and they told me you should go in there because it's a hard club. They told me this club was you should work hard to play, and this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to challenge myself, you know, and they say it was family clubs, and this is what I like. I choose Everton because it was a family club, and that's why I choose Everton. And at that time, it was great players, right? Like Luis Saha, Mikel Arteta, Steven Pina. I forget, but it was a lot of great players, and that was the dream come true for me. I was a kid. Um, two years before I went to Everton, I was watching Everton playing at the TV. For me, it was a dream, really. So it was really easy to choose Everton.
Yeah. What was it like playing alongside those players as a young player? Obviously, 19 years old, coming to England, and you're playing alongside players like ones you mentioned, like Saha, Pina, Arteta. What was it like learning from those players? Was it a good experience?
Yeah, for me it was fantastic. Every day every day you learn. You you know, when you train with those players, is you just watch them. You work every day. You know, this is perfect for young players. You know.
Yeah, exactly. A good foundation for your career as well. Yeah, when you joined Everton, I don't know if you chose, but your squad number was number 19. How come you chose that number? Was it because you were 19 years old, or was it just?
When I was there, when I went there, it was not so much number available, but I was 19 obviously, so I chose the 19 because I was 19. But it was not so much number available at that time.
Yeah, it's true. It was a big squad, good squad at that time. But yeah, you came over to England and pretty much straight away you went on the Australia pre-season tour. What was it like coming to a new country, obviously, and just going straight away to a pre-season tour in Australia like that? How was that experience?
But for me, it was for me was totally new, like really new from when I sh- I sh- I used to do in France, because in France we don't go so much different countries in pre-season. We In Strasbourg, it was more local. You know, we staying in France and training and stuff like that. But when I went to Australia, it was my first time. It was my first time I'm going to with my club to a big event, big preparation, and for me it was very new. And I was just learning, you know, and for me it was difficult because before we went to Australia, I wasn't supposed to follow the first team.
Yeah,
You know,
really. You meant to
nobody
stay with the
knows.
reserves?
No, nobody knows that. But David Moyes at that time, when I came to the club, he put me in second team.
Oh yeah. So you
Yeah,
signed for the second team with a view to coming into the first team, but it happened straight away.
but they bought me. They knew I was a talent player, but I wasn't in his plan first to play in the first team.
Yeah,
So they put me in the second team, you know. And I remember that time when I make couple trainings before we went to Australia.
yeah,
I made a really good training session. So after that, he chose to bring me to. So I was really happy, and obviously when we went there, I had a little bit of time to play and show my talent and stuff. So, and it went good. I trained good. I trained hard. I play good games. So after I stay in the first team.
yeah. Just impressed them straight away from the first few training sessions. Obviously, you got your first goal out there as well. You made your debut in a 1-0 win against Sydney. I think scored in a 2-1 win against Brisbane Roar. What was that like to get your first goal for Everton?
Yeah, but I was happy, but I was saying like I deserve this goal because I came obviously I came for the second team, and now I had the chance to show my talent, and I make a goal, so I was really completely delighted, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Good start. Good start to your time at Everton. Obviously impressed straight away. You made your competitive debut against Huddersfield Town in the League Cup, a 5-1 win. What do you remember of that? What was that like?
Huddersfield.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
amazing.
for me it was the first game at home, so I didn't know about this. I didn't know that the atmosphere at Goodison Park it was great, you know. It was just great. I remember my first entry, like in a warm up. I was looking the fans and stuff. It was really good. It was a really good moment.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I was very nervous at the time because
yeah.
my first game at home. Nobody knows me before, so I wanted to show myself. But I was very young, inexperienced. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but Goodison's impressive, isn't it? Obviously, the fans are very close to the pitch, so that helps. The fans feel like they're on top of you. So it's
yeah,
good atmosphere, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah, as well. Your first Premier League start came on the 9th of April 2011, a 3-0 win against Wolves away. Fond memories of that. Obviously, goals from Neville, Billy Letinov and Beckford. Obviously, a Billy Letinov goal was a belter. What do you remember that game? Was that good memories as well?
Yeah, because I think it was my first game start, you know,
Yeah.
and I remember at that moment I was feeling very good. My body was feeling good. I was very confident at the time. Obviously, I think I missed a chance. I remember it. I still remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was for me. It was great win, great moment, great memories,
Yeah.
and yeah, this game was still in the classic wins.
Yeah, it was a good one. Definitely one of the best. That season, good season that anyway. But yeah, apart from that, there was quite a good little French connection at the time. Quite a good few players who spoke French in that squad. Obviously, Sylvain Destin, Louis Saha, and yourself. Did you have a good relationship with them too? And did they help you come through as a young player?
Yeah, definitely,
Mm.
definitely. Yeah, because I was very, you know, like I said before, when I came to Everton, I was not so much experience.
Yeah,
I had just one before I came to Everton. I had only one professional season,
yeah,
you
mm.
know. So everything was fast for me. You know,
Yeah,
I make a great season in France, and straight away I came to a big club like Everton. So it's not easy
yeah,
when you are young. At that time, I couldn't speak so much good English as I do now.
yeah,
So it was very difficult for the adaptation. And so yeah, I'm seeing now Louis Saha, Steven Tistan, and also Fellaini was helping me so
yeah.
much
Mm.
with
Other
the
thing.
language also. So he's yeah, it was a big part for me in my time over there.
Yeah, that's good. Helped you settle in. That's good. Obviously, the 2011-12 season saw a little bit of competition for you. Obviously, Royston Drenthe came in on loan. He's another player we've interviewed before. He's quite a character. What memories do you have of Royston Drenthe? Was he and his crazy times at the club?
Rusted for me, the only memories I have with him is he used to live not far from my house, so we we used to meet up a little bit, you know. But
Yeah,
for me, he was a fantastic guy, you know, very funny. He
yeah,
likes to he likes to joke. He likes to play around. You know, he's a very good guy for me. I had only good memories about him. You know,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing bad to say about him. I had only good memories with him. Just he's a character. He's a great player.
yeah,
He's a
mm,
great
yeah,
unusual profile players, and
mm,
no, he was a good guy,
yeah. A lot of
funny
talent. He's
guy.
just kind of he enjoyed off the pitch a little bit too much sometimes, like, but he had a lot of talent. But yeah, that season, that 2011 season was probably your best at Everton, and the season you played the most for Everton. And one game that sticks out was against Sunderland in the FA Cup, remembered by every Evertonian. It was a great away day and possibly your best performance for the club. A lot of people say you got an assist for Jelavic to put us 1-0 up, and we won 2-0. What do you remember from that night?
For me, it was one of the best memories I had in my professional career. For
Yeah,
me, it was just fantastic. I remember that time it was as well. I will say is was a very difficult moment for me because at that time I didn't have so much time on the pitch because obviously was Steven Pina was coming back from Tottenham. I remember that, and
yeah,
so I didn't have so much time in a Premier League. So for me, FA Cup at that time was very important
yeah,
because this is the only time I had for playing. So and the coach was believing me. So it was I remember that game was very so important for the club.
yeah. Mm,
And for me, when the David Moyes put me in this team was for me. It shows that the coach believe in me, you know.
yeah, yeah. Mm,
And I remember going to the pitch. I was thinking like, no, I need to take this chance, you know. I have
yeah.
to give everything. So yeah, for me it was the best performance I had in Everton for sure.
Yeah, big. There was a big week for you as well. Obviously, there was another game against Sunderland. where you got your first Premier League goal in a 4-0 win against Sunderland and 2 assists in that match as well. So that was obviously Sunderland seemed to be a good opponent for you. What was that like? What was that game like? The 4-0 win.
But when you are young, you had a great game, and the coach put you again to the next game. Obviously, it was against Sunderland, but you want to continue. You want to follow that drive is driving you. You want to follow that performance, and
yeah,
and uh, and yeah, I had the chance to play, and I give everything, and I was very happy to play with Steven Pienaar, Weston Gente, and that time it was Denis Strakolowski.
yeah,
Yeah, and I was very happy to put again in a good performance, and I had the chance to score, to make 2 assists. So for me, it was perfect day.
Yeah. What was Strakolowski like as well? I know I've asked you about Drenthe, but they came in together, Drenthe and Strakolowski, and he seemed like a bit of a character as well. Obviously, he was a hard man. He didn't speak much English, but
No,
he was. What was he like to be around?
for me, I remember he was a nice guy, very quiet guy,
Yeah,
really really quiet guy. Doesn't talk a lot. I remember him to go all the time to the gym, working hard. This is what I remember about him. He was very respectful guy, but very quiet. Doesn't talk at all.
yeah, but he's a monster in the gym.
Yeah, I remember him in distance walking very hard to the gym. So
Yeah.
I was trying to follow them.
Yeah, difficult though. The weights they must have been lifting. Yeah, obviously another game soon after that as well was the FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool at Wembley. And you started that match, obviously played 68 minutes before being replaced by Seamus Coleman. When did you find out you were playing? Because obviously Royston Drenthe had just fell out with David Moyes recently, I think, just before that match. What was that like, that experience of playing at Wembley, and when you found out you were playing?
This is massive, It was
Yeah,
really massive for me. I think I was the youngest player on the pitch,
yeah,
and that time I was very very like nervous because it was my first derby at the
yeah,
time, and at Wembley. So you know,
big
and
one.
so it's big event. And no, and just after I just forget all everything, all emotions. I just wanted to focus, and the coach was telling me to do one job, and I was trying to do it, and I think I did it well
Yeah.
the first half, and obviously in second half we had not so much space, not so much the ball
Yeah.
compared to the first half. The first half we had a little bit the game control.
Mm,
Obviously we had the luck to not the luck, but we had the opportunity to score the first goal.
yeah.
So we give a little bit of confidence. And after, yeah, we make a mistake, and that's where it goes.
Yeah.
But I was really disappointed because uh, I don't know if you remember, but when I come out, when you put me out, it was still 1-1,
Yeah.
and after when I couldn't do anything, so because I was off, and we considered the second goal. I was so angry, so disappointed. But anyway,
It's frustrating, isn't it? It's
very
annoying.
frustrated, and anyway, this is football. This is, you make one mistake, you get punished. This is the
Yeah.
Premier League. This is highest
Yeah.
level.
Obviously, that Distan mistake as well. And like a lot of people remember Sylvain Distan for that mistake, but he was such a good servant of the club, so we got to forgive him for that
Yeah,
mistake.
for me, Steven Distan, he was one of the best defender I play with,
Yeah.
and
Really.
he's such a good guy, and he's a hard worker. He doesn't
Yeah.
cheat. He doesn't, he's everybody make mistake. It could be me, it could be somebody else.
Yeah. Definitely. Could be
This
anyone.
is
Yeah.
uh, this is football.
Yeah. It could go either way. You never know. But it was a massive shame at the time. But obviously, that summer was a big summer for you as well, because you were approached by Senegal. Obviously, you've got a Senegalese family, and Senegal approached you to play for them in the Olympics. What was that like, going away and doing that with the Senegalese national team?
for me, it was good. It was good experience, but um, first of all, it was the Olympic in London,
Yeah.
Olympic Games in London. So no, it was good. Just I decided to play for Senegal because at that time it was very hard for me to play in France, because in France it was a lot of great players,
Yeah.
like Samir Nasri. It's too much players, and
Yeah.
for me it was hard because. So that's why I decided to play for Senegal, because I think it was I thought it was more easier to play some big games, big
Yeah.
international games. So that's why I choose Senegal.
Yeah. God, we must have had a good experience, obviously, over there in London for the Olympics as well. Big year for you. But yeah, when you came back to Everton, David Moyes only had the season after before he left to go to Manchester United. What was David Moyes like with you? What was he like as a manager, and how did he treat you as a young player?
You know, I would say David Moyes for me was like uh, like a dad,
Yeah. Mm,
like a father.
yeah.
He was very strict with me,
Mm,
very strict with me. But at that time, I didn't understand why he was so strict with me.
yeah.
But now I know, because he knew, he trusted me, and
Yeah.
this is the way he showed me his trust. And I think he was seeing in me a talent, and so that's why he was all the time behind me.
Yeah.
But I see him like a father.
Yeah.
He treats
Yeah.
me like a son, I think. So
Really. A lot of people see David Moyes as like a disciplinarian, very strict and harsh. But it's interesting you say like a father figure, because I was speaking to Apostolos Velios not long ago, and he said exactly the same thing. He was like a father figure. I didn't see. I don't think fans saw that side of it, so that we kind of thought he was strict and he was harsh. But yeah, what memories they have of when you first came to the club and how he welcomed you? Was that special? How he like your
no,
memories with him?
I remember when I first came, my first day, I was with my dad, and we was making the medical test, and he came to the gym and see me and welcome my family, my agents. No, he was perfect. He was really pretty. He was really really cool with me.
Yeah. That's good man. He's a good man. Obviously, another massive servant to the club as well. Obviously, after that, Everton pretty much completely changed when Roberto Martinez came in. It felt like a new Everton. It was like uh, completely different, really. What was it? What was that like playing under him, and how was he different to David Moyes?
No, for me, when David Moyes, to be honest, I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
When David Moyes left, uh, everything changed for me. Everything changed.
Yeah.
I
Mm,
was I was disappointed. I was a little bit down, because when I came to Everton, it's because David Moyes wanted me,
mm,
and when he left, it was, for me, was everything was changed. Not everything wasn't the same for me.
yeah.
Because for me, he was a role model. For me, he was a role model, and when he left, I it's not like I wanted to go, but for me, it wasn't the same Everton.
Yeah. It wasn't the same under Martinez now.
And then Roberto Martinez, he was a good man. I have nothing against him. But he bring his players. He was a type of playing of football. It wasn't. I'm not saying it's not my football, but um, I was more enjoying playing under David Moyes. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm,
and and when he came, he changed totally the philosophy,
yeah.
and it changed everything. He changed the players. He bring new players, and he told me straight away, Roberto Martinez, I am not his plan.
Mm.
So that's it.
It's a shame. It's good that he was honest, but it's a shame, isn't it? But because obviously a lot of fans have good
But
memories of you.
yeah, but after, you know, this is football. My football is not maybe one coach like my style of football, another one maybe not. This is football. You understand? It's not
Yeah,
because Roberto Martinez tell me, uh, yeah, you are not in my plans. Then nobody will think the same.
yeah,
Every coach is different. David
mm,
Moyes like my style of football. Him not. It's football.
yeah,
So, but I was young that time. I was still young, and this is hurt me. Was hurting me so bad. So I let myself down,
yeah.
to be honest. So
Mm. That's a shame. Yeah, obviously you went out on loan to Brest, and then eventually, when your contract ended, you went to Millwall. What was it like leaving Everton, and what was life after Everton like?
but the thing is, my life after Everton is I get injured.
Yeah,
I get injured, so after it was very difficult for me to get back in my top form,
yeah,
and obviously I I go to Millwall, but it was at Millwall I is my I was starting to be a how do you say a
yeah,
mature player,
mature.
because
Yeah,
at Everton I was a teenager,
yeah,
you
mm,
know. But when I came to Millwall, I was starting to be an adult
yeah,
basically in
mm,
life. So yeah, I was learning a lot. Not play, I wasn't playing so much, but I was playing more than Everton.
yeah,
But yeah, the championship is hard. It was new for me, and it's hard league too. A
yeah.
lot of games.
Mm, it's
But
tough.
no, it was a good year for me.
Yeah,
Obviously, we going down. The club wasn't going down to the League One.
yeah,
But for me, as a as a player, it was a good experience.
yeah. Something different, wasn't it? Obviously, the Championship is a very demanding league. But yeah, just summarising your time at Everton. Then, who was the best player? Do you think that you played with at Everton?
The best player I play with in Everton.
Yeah,
Oh, now you asked me a
on
hard
the
question.
spot.
But for me, uh, the player who really make me like wow, even in training, is so much players. To be
Yeah,
honest, it's so much
so
few
many.
players,
Yeah,
but the player who make me really like saying like this guy is crazy is Luis Saha.
yeah,
For
mm,
me is Luis Saha. Why? Because he's even in front of the goal is really really calm, and he can shoot from everywhere, left, right, doesn't matter. He's For me he's a complete player.
yeah. He was
He
good.
was a
Like,
complete player.
mm, yeah. One of my best memories of Louis Saha was against Blackpool. I think it was where he scored about 4 goals.
Four,
It was crazy,
I remember that. Yes.
crazy game. He was on fire, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, Louis is and he's a great man too. He's a great man, great character, always positive.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, you know,
Good man, yeah. Yeah, obviously from your time at Everton, there's only Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman left at the club now. What did you have much of a relationship with those two, and do you still speak to anyone from your time at Everton?
yeah, but obviously I had a good relationship with Leighton Baines,
Yeah. Mm,
and he's a great man too.
mm,
Uh, we play a few games together,
yeah,
so you can ask him if you have the time. I think he like my type of playing too.
yeah,
Uh,
mm,
but Seamus is like my brother.
yeah, mm,
Seamus is obviously we had this about around the same age. So
yeah,
I was close to the French players, but they was old. They had at that time they had kids. I didn't have kids. I
yeah,
was alone, and Seamus he was more like my brother because we are around the same age. We was living in the same building at that time.
yeah,
We were spending time together, and I'm still in contact with him.
yeah.
I
Oh
still
yeah,
still yeah, we are still speaking, and yeah, I have so much good memories with him. In
yeah.
football and without football, and for me, he's like my brother.
That's nice. That he's a great guy, Seamus. Really down to earth,
Yeah,
proper. He's really nice. Do you still speak to any other players from your time at Everton?
yeah, I speak to few. I speak to Luis Saha.
Yeah,
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
yeah,
I speak to Fellaini,
yeah.
Seamus. I speak to Velios
Yeah,
also. Yeah, I speak to Victor Anichibi. Uh, yeah. I speak a lot.
that's nice. Did you still watch Everton or keep an eye out for the results and how they're doing?
All the time. All the
Yeah.
time. All the
Oh,
time.
still watching.
You know, in the clubs they say if you've been a blues once, you've been a blues forever, and this is really that, with me.
Yeah. Mm,
You know? It's true. It's true. I didn't from I left. I couldn't have the chance to come back,
yeah.
but I always follow Everton. I always follow Everton, and for me, Everton is like home. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm, that's
because
nice.
really, for me, Everton at my time, it was like it was one of the best moments in my life
Yeah.
because I was an amateur. I was young, and
Mm,
in that time I was learning how to be a man. I was very young to be. I
yeah.
was a kid.
Yeah. Massive learning experience for you. It's nice that you still keep in touch with them now. And obviously, once a blue, always a blue is what
Exactly.
they say, isn't it? But that's really nice that you still keep in touch with them. Overall, I have to put you on the spot again. What was your best memory from your whole time at Everton?
Best on the pitch
Just in general. Yeah.
in general. Oh, I said, oh. For me was the semi-final.
Yeah. Mm,
The, no, not the semi-final. The quarterfinal.
was Vanna, yeah.
Quarterfinal
Sunderland.
against Sunderland. For me, is the great moment. Great
Yeah.
moment
The
because
best match.
it had at the moment it had I wasn't playing so much, and I show everybody in Everton so I can be a top player. I was playing good. The team won the games. The coach was very happy. The fans, it was, I think we had the record away games. The
Yeah.
fans was how much? I think 5,000, 4,000.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
It was the atmosphere was unbelievable, and for me was my one of my best moments
That's
at
amazing.
Everton.
Yeah. That's really good. It's been a pleasure to speak to you anyway, I'm sure. Like a lot of Evertonians look back at your time very fondly and have good memories of you. So it's been a pleasure and thanks a lot. Obviously, to say that you're still a blue as well is great. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of Evertonians appreciate that. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining us. And thanks a lot for watching the video as well, all the viewers. And yeah, make sure you like the video, subscribe to Toffee Blues, and yeah, keep in touch with Magaye. Give Magaye a follow on social media as well because he's a great guy, obviously. And thanks a lot
Thank
for
you.
joining us. And join us next time on the Toffee Blues. Brilliant,
Thank
mate.
you. Just I wanted to say a message. I wanted to say to all the fans because I get some few message from Everton fans sometimes in my Instagram, and they quite like me.
Yeah,
And but I didn't know that time
yeah,
the fans love me so much. But now I see I left with the uh, good memories
yeah,
with on their mind. So I just wanted to say to them, thank you so much for the support, and obviously I will always be a blues
yeah,
whatsoever. I still follow you guys, and I'm really happy to speak to you. Thank you to you to give me
yeah.
the opportunity
Pleasure.
to explain what's going on to my life. And
Mm.
but I love Everton. I love you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Thanks very much for that. Cheers.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you, Tom.